hot in that part.
Very hot, yeah. I would say of all the territories, certainly playing at the Gabba was probably the hottest throughout the whole the series. It had a massive downpour the night before the test match, and then obviously we came out both teams for the anthems, and let me tell you, it was like someone had turned the oven up. You couldn't quite see my face on Sky at the time, but I was beading up, let me tell you.
Lachlan into the attack. Weatherald pushing into the offside, gets through for a single. Ben Lachlan, who has been a hugely successful bowler in BBL cricket over the years, yet to take a wicket in this year's competition. This is 6th match. He's been called into action in the 3rd over of the game, 19 without loss. And that's one of those things, when you watch England and Sri Lanka and India and wherever it might be, actually the challenge that is faced in terms of the climate as much as anything, and the success of someone like Joe Root's innings that we've seen last week to be batting for that long in that heat. And Lachlan into bowl to Carey, defending, no run, 19 without loss it remains.
Well, I guess why it's such a big emphasis now on fitness, and Joe Root, I know, is one of the fittest guys probably going around world cricket, himself and likes of Alistair Cook. They used to just pretty much run down the whole bleep test without similarly breaking a sweat compared to the rest of us. Just very, very fit individuals.
Carey defending into the offside, again no run as the fielder at point is waiting, 19 without loss.
But you see, it did take effect in Joe's second test knock, where you start to suffer cramp and things like that. So it's the humidity. You're still wearing probably 10 to 12k worth of equipment on, pads, helmet. You've got to carry a bat around. You're always gripping, things like that.
Outside the off stump, cut away, and there'll be no run because again, protection inside the circle. This time Labuschagne stops anything going through. It's good over so far, just the 1 run from it. Yeah,
and you're also going to remember, as a batsman, in terms of statistics, I mean, if you bat for 100, you're going to bat at least 200 balls, but really you're playing about 500 balls because most batters love to shadow bat as well. So it's all the constant moving. And
Carey this time does find enough of a gap in the offside and we'll get 1. 20 comes up, 20 without loss with 1 ball left of the 3rd over. And actually, it's a reasonable point, isn't it? If you think of somebody like Steve Smith, minus Labuschagne, the amount of movement between deliveries, it would have an effect physically.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, whether it's nerves or they will say it's part of their routine, they don't probably consciously know they're doing it.
Weatherald on 14, waiting for Lachlan, and it beats the dive of the bowler. They will get 1. That is a really good over from Ben Lachlan. Just 3 runs from it. And of course, this first 4 over flurry, all power play overs with just 2 allowed outside the circle. So to concede just 3 runs from one of them is a huge result. 21 without loss after 3 is the score, with the Adelaide Strikers taking on the Brisbane Heat in a game that will see one of them eliminated from the competition. The